Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Hey, the new Siem Reap Airport is now open and a lot of people have been asking about transportation. How are you going to get into town? How are you going to get back to the airport? What are your options? And I got a couple for you in this video. But first I want to tell you that if you're looking for a full tour of the new airport and see everything it has to offer, Jeremy and Claire from the channel 4 Real, they just made an awesome video last week. And you should definitely check it out. Their link is in my description. If you want to know more about the new Siem Reap Airport, I highly recommend that video. And also I want to remind you that I have books for sale. And if you want to purchase any of the books you see on your screen right now, they start at just $1. And there is a link down below where you can purchase those. And if you want to help support the channel, it's because of our supporters that we're still making videos, still doing what we have to do. And if you want to be a part of that and get some goodies along the way, I have links down below for PayPal and Ko-Fi.com. And if you help us reach our goal to $150 more this month, we're going to send you some stuff for the holiday season coming up. Stuff I think you'll really enjoy. We appreciate our supporters. We thank you. And if you can and if you want to, be sure to get on that at those links in the description. Alright, so with the new Siem Reap Airport opening, there has been some discussion about, because it is far away, it's about an hour and a half or maybe a 2-hour drive depending on the option you pick. So how are you going to get into town? How much is that going to set you back? And all that. And I have seen people advertising private vehicles like SUVs and things. And the prices I'm seeing are $20 to $25 each person for a one-way trip into town from the new airport. There was even one tuk-tuk that was advertising his services. But the thing is, again, it was like $25 I think for one way, but the thing with a tuk-tuk is that they're not made for long distance. They're not made to go out on the highway, which they'll have to do to get into Siem Reap, for their town proper from that new airport. They're just not made for that, and I don't know how safe it would be trying to go that far with that much traffic in a tuk-tuk. So I don't know if that's your best option. I would kind of advise against it, but I'm not here to tell you what to do or anything. But the prices I'm seeing for private vehicles and tuk-tuks and things are like $20 to $25 per person per way. However, the airport does have a shuttle service. I'll put the graphic up right about here, and you can come back later and screenshot it and read it at your own pace, but I'll give you the basics here. These buses will run throughout the day at different times. And according to them, they will take you from the airport to the city center. One way will be $8. And if you want a round trip to get back to the airport whenever your visit is done, it will be $15. So that's a lot less expensive than a private car, a lot safer than a tuk-tuk. But there might be some waiting time depending on when your plane arrives. You might have to wait for the next shuttle, so that might factor into your decision. Also, I don't know if they're going to have more than one stop along the way. Like depending on where, like let's say you come here and you've already booked a hotel or a guest house. I don't know where that bus is going to land. It just says Siem Reap City Center. I don't know if they're going to give different options to get off at different areas or just one central location. So when you arrive, you might have to also grab a tuk-tuk or a pass app to get to your final destination. So that might be a few more bucks added to that as well, depending on where you're at, where you're staying in Siem Reap. But it's still the least expensive option, and I think the safer option than a tuk-tuk or a pass app, because they're just not made for that kind of travel. They're great for around town though. I use them all the time. I have nothing against them. Definitely grab those whenever you want to go somewhere and you don't feel like walking, or maybe like, it's raining outside or something. But as far as that kind of length, that kind of distance, yeah, I would choose another option. That's all I'm saying. Uh, and I mean, if you do want to grab an SUV or something, like I said, it's going to be about $25 per person per way. Uh, well, if you got the money and you want to ride in style and you don't want to wait at the airport for the next shuttle bus or whatever, those options will be available also. And by the way, if you do take the bus and it winds up just being one stop somewhere in the center of town, you don't have to worry about waiting for a pass app or a tuk-tuk. Trust me, they will be there in droves waiting to take people to wherever you want to go when you first get here. So that's the information I have about that. But like I said, check out For Real's channel. They made a whole airport video and it's really good if you want more information. There's something else I wanted to touch on. Somebody left me a comment and they said, hey, I was all ready to go. I had all my bags packed. I had my airline ticket. And the airline they were using refused to let them on the plane because they did not have a visa in advance coming into Cambodia. And they were obviously and rightfully quite upset at that, because now they have to struggle to get their money back for the flight they couldn't take, and of course then book another flight and wait extra time. That put a big wrinkle in their plans, as you can imagine. But I want you to know that is not a Cambodia thing. I'm guessing this airline either has a policy where they won't take you anywhere to any other country without a visa in advance, or more likely, because that would be a weird rule for an airline, but more likely they are just not aware of the policies of Cambodia. Maybe they mistook it for another country, and maybe they had a lot to do and didn't want to check into it, or maybe they were just too lazy to verify that that wasn't the case. But I can guarantee you that's an anomaly. That doesn't happen. Cambodia has visas on arrival. You do not need a visa in advance to enter Cambodia. Otherwise, they wouldn't have visas on arrival. If they required people to have visas in advance, there'd be no need to have a visa on arrival. Nobody would use it because they would have to have them in advance, So that was a mistake on the part of the airport. Like I said, it could have been some strange policy, this particular airline. I don't know which one. Maybe they just do that universally. But more than likely, it was just somebody not wanting to take the time to find out what the rules are. But that is not a Cambodian policy or rule. You absolutely do not need a visa in advance before you get on a plane to come here. You can get one right at the airport, either the new one here in Siem Reap or the one in Phnom Penh or wherever you wind up. I mean, everybody I know that's come here that got a visa on arrival never had an issue for their airline. Just a couple weeks ago, somebody I know arrived in Phnom Penh, and they wrote me and told me it was a great experience getting their visa on arrival. Like, they had no hassles, no issues. They got through real quick without a problem, and they were pretty happy about that. So yeah, when something like that happens, I just don't want people to think that this reflects on a change in policy or it's something new that Cambodia has come up with. If that ever happened, it would definitely make big news. You would hear about it right here, as a matter of fact. I would tell you about it. But that is not the Cambodian policy. That is an airline mistake. That's all that was. And yeah, it sucks. And I know it sucks, and I'm not trying to lessen this person's frustration and experience going through that. But my advice would just be, once you get your money back from that airline, and that shouldn't be an issue because it was their mistake, then choose a different airline. Because if that's the hassle you're getting, and they don't want to bother checking on these regulations and things, then I don't know how much I would trust their decision making at 35,000 feet. Let's put it that way. They can't even get the stuff on the ground right. I don't want to go all the way up in the air with them and crash into an ocean somewhere. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that that was not a thing with Cambodia. That was a thing with that particular airline. And I just wanted to mention that because, in case anybody else reads that comment and gets the idea. But if you want to, if it is something that worries you, and you want to check it out, just ask the airline before you even purchase the ticket. Get a hold of the airline, explain to them what you're doing, and where you're going. You can get a visa on arrival, and I almost guarantee you nobody's going to give you any hassle. They'll just say, "Yep, when do you want to go? I'll get you your ticket." Because that is not the norm. That was an exception. And it sucks when an exception happens to you. But, yep, that was the dealio. All right. That'll do it here for this one. Be sure to check out all my links down below. Donate to PayPal and Ko-Fi.com. Purchase my books. Check out my other channel, Horror Read. And again, check out For Real's channel if you want more of the airports. And check out this buffet here. That looks pretty good, actually. Pretty good price, too. And plus, free-flowing beer for 2 hours? Yeah, I'll take that. All right. From Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.